Hello everyone and welcome back to RetroCore, and today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the LDK. Is it going to be better than the BitBoy or the new Pocket Go from BitBoy? Or is it going to be better than the RS97? Well, let's watch on and find out. Okay, so first up let's take a look at the box it comes in. As you can clearly see, it says LDK game there. And the funny thing is that LDK in Japan is actually a term that's used for apartments. It means living, dining and kitchen. Interesting. The box has fairly minimal design, but you know, it's pleasing to the eye. It tells you what systems it can run down there. And inside the box you don't get a lot. You basically get your TV out cable and your micro USB charging cable. That's it. And of course the machine itself. Now taking a look at the machine, you can see it's quite small. In fact, it's tiny. If we take a look at it next to my phone, yeah, let's see if we can get that on screen. Yeah, as you can see, it is very small compared to a phone. Fair enough, this is a fairly large phone. It does have a pretty large screen on it. But, yep, it is a small device. So on the front of the device, we've got the standard array of face buttons. We've got a start and select button here. And we've got a D-pad, which is fairly reasonable. On the top we've got the L and R trigger buttons there, which are also pretty good. TV out, the charging port, which you can also use to transfer data onto the machine. Here we have the power on and off switch, volume slider, and on this side we have two buttons. One controls the brightness of the screen, and the other one, depending on the emulator that you're using, can be used as an exit button or a menu button. And we have the micro SD card slot right down there. On the back of the machine we've got the speaker and that good old Nokia battery. Good stuff. The bottom of the machine has a little clip there, or a little space where you can connect a little carrying handle to it. Lovely. Or a carrying strap I should say. Okay, so let's boot up the machine by flicking on that power switch. There we go. Upon switching it on, you can see you get the open Dinguk or Dingux or whatever you pronounce it as splash screen showing a picture of the machine. By the way, the LDK does come in two variants. There is the vertical variant, which you're seeing here, and a horizontal variant, which I'll put a little picture of up here. Oh, up here. They're both pretty much the same machine. They just differ in design choice only. Now, I'm running the stock firmware on this. There is a custom firmware for it, but I'd like to show you it as stock. So basically what you get out of the box is what you're seeing here. Now, my one came with a ton of emulators built in. All these emulators were built into the machine when I got them. But there were no ROMs, so the ROMs you have to provide yourself. Of course, we have the typical selection of productivity applications. We've got video player there, file commander, things like that. Then we can got the settings. Oh, there's a television emulator there for some reason. Let's just move that over. It's actually quite easy to manage the apps. You just press the select button and then you can edit the app itself. And let's move it over to, oops, that wasn't right. Let's move it over to a different area, emulators. Here you go, as you can see, it is now gone. Okay. And we also have more emulators here for computers and so on, but I'm not going to bother showing you those because they are a bit fiddly to use. I did try and run the Amiga one, but it just crashes. The Amstrad CPC one uses a weird format for the ROM, so I can't get that going. And the others I haven't really bothered with, to be honest. And we also get a load of built-in Linux games. So yeah, there's quite a lot built into this. But I'm sure what you guys are mostly interested in is the emulation quality. Well, let me tell you, it's not going to be perfect, especially with the stock firmware, but it is fairly reasonable. Now, you should be expecting things like PlayStation to be a bonus, not expecting it to run PlayStation perfectly fine, because that's not going to happen. But one thing this does have over some other machines, which we've covered recently on the channel, is that it does have a 60 Hz screen. And the viewing angle is not so bad. Could be better, but you know, it's decent enough. As you can see, we can change the contrast of the screen, the brightness here, by hitting the button on the side. It's fairly nice. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to connect the sound directly to the camera, and we're going to run some emulators and a couple of games on each emulator so you can see how good the emulation quality is. And what I'll do is I'll split it into two sections: the good emulators and the bad emulators. Which section is the PlayStation emulation going to be in? I'm sure you can guess. Alright, let's take a look at the emulation quality of this machine.
Bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride.
Incoming bandit.
Round 1. Fight!
Now, one thing I must point out is the build quality of this is actually really good. It's a very solid and rugged put together machine. There's certainly no quality control issues here, although I would like the volume slider to be a little bit more responsive than it is, but you know, that's just me being picky. So would I advise getting the LDK? Well, yes. As long as you're not buying this to play PlayStation games on, you will be very happy. It plays a lot of different machines very well. I'm especially happy that it has MSX2 support. That's a nice little bonus. And the PC-80, or the PC-98 support I should say, is also a nice little bonus as well. So yes, if you're not expecting to play PlayStation games on this, you will have a very good time. Good screen, nice refresh rate, plays a lot of games. I'm going to put a link in the video description down below, so if you're interested in buying one of these, check out the link and hopefully you'll be as impressed as I am. Maybe even more impressed if you get that custom firmware installed onto the machine. Okay, until next time, take it easy guys and keep on gaming.